My two brothers. Do you have anyone in your life that you look up to or maybe want to be like? Unlike most people, I have two people in my life like that, my two older brothers, Trevor and Blake. These two had an enormous impact on my life and such an influence that I'd like to thank them today for the help they gave me. Today that we will talk about the things that they taught me, the time that they spent with me, and the examples they set. First, let's look at the time that they spent with me. Looking back on childhood, it seems as if every memory involved those two. If it was running outside or wrestling in the house, those two were always the two I know I could go to have fun. And, like most other siblings, we had our fights and arguments, and they tried to throw me into a tree or maybe eat grass, but in my opinion, this is what made me strong, and I'd thank them for that if I could right now, because I know that this is what made me a better person overall. Next, we will look at the things that they taught me. It seemed as if every day they had some little tidbit to give me, or maybe inform me about something, if it was talking to girls, or maybe trying to get an answer of yes from my mom and dad. These are the things that really helped me through my childhood and even later on in life, and I'm so thankful for them telling me all this knowledge, because I pass it on to my friends and my cousins and even my little brother Landon, and it's easy to understand because I know how much Trevor and Blake went through in childhood and later in life, and I really thank them for the knowledge that they gave me. Now that we've talked about the time they spent with me and the things that they taught me, let's look at the examples they set for me. I can remember before every basketball or football game, sitting there in the stands with my hands moist of sweat and my hair dripping. I was so nervous for their games, and I cared so much about that final result. It was crazy to me now that I look back, because I cared more about their games than I even care about my games now. And the way that I viewed them, I thought they were perfect. I thought that they could never be beaten, and when they did, yeah, I would sit in my vehicle and I would cry on the way home with my mom and dad telling me it would be alright. I could never get over a loss of one of those games. And it's not just athletics that they taught examples to me, it's people in general, because I know how good they were with their friends and family and how popular they were in school, and I try to mold myself into what they were like in school and in the community, and I just want to try to be like them because I know how great of persons that they were. As we have seen, my brothers have had a great influence on my life, and if it weren't for them, I definitely wouldn't be the person that I am today. We have talked about the time they spent with me, the examples they set for me, and the things that they taught me. All my life I've looked for one thing, for sure: the acceptance from my two older brothers. I haven't got it yet, I don't think, but I'm going to keep striving for it, because I know when I was little, I always wanted to get that pat on the back and that good job, and I did, but I just want to keep going for it because it's very important to me, and I know that it'd mean a great lot from my two heroes, Trevor and Blake.